Let's now look at how things stand and how this story is unfolded and where it is that the Leave campaign has won and where it is that the Remain campaign has won in this very close vote, which leaves 4 points at the moment between the two sides. Jeremy.
Yes, let me actually take you inside the Queen Elizabeth Tower here. And what we thought we would do is a comparison with the first referendum in 1975, so we can see how the nation is divided. So let's just bring on a clock face here. And this is, I guess, as close as we get to a swingometer in a referendum night. This is England in 75, and you can see the blue there is Leave, and England was 31.5% Leave in 1975. Now, this is so dramatic. Watch this as we feed in the results from the last 24 hours. Look at that. Over the 50%, nearly 55%. England actually more Eurosceptic on average than the country as a whole. So a massive change in England over those 4 decades. And actually in Wales too. Have a look. We'll turn the tower, change the clock, go back to 75, and 35% in Wales saying no to the EU. On the losing side, the majority saying Remain. Now look at the figure for 2016. Here it comes, and again it's over 50%, so Wales much more Eurosceptic than it was in 1975. So England and Wales very similar, but now the story changes. If you look at Northern Ireland in 1975, you see quite a high level of Eurosceptic voting in that referendum. Very conservative part of the country back then, nearly 50% against. They've actually become more inclined towards the EU in the last 4 decades, and the Leave voters dropped there to below 45%, so Remain then on the increase in Northern Ireland, we learned in the last 24 hours. And Scotland also, the same sentiment. So in 75, this was the Leave vote, 41%. In 2016, it drops back. And you have this extraordinary situation where, as one Scottish politician was saying earlier, you're told to stay in the UK to remain in the EU. You stay in the UK, it has the reverse effect, with parts of England effectively pulling Scotland out of the EU. So it's very dramatic, isn't it? Northern Ireland and Scotland becoming more enthusiastic about the European Union. Wales and England, over the last 40 years, dramatically more sceptical.
Thanks very much. We've got a comment from Paddy Ashdown, Lord Ashdown, who was with us earlier. He just says, Lord, God help our country, his tweet. And we're joined by Neil Hamilton, who's the leader of UKIP in the Welsh Assembly. So, Mr. Hamilton, you've won. What do you think should happen now?
Well, the government's now got to take control. The things that we've given away to Brussels, we've got to take back again. And most particularly, they've got to work on a credible system for immigration control. We've got to get back our seat on the World Trade Organization so that we can take control of the tariffs and so on. So, for example, in the steel industry in Port Talbot, we can impose tariffs against steel which is dumped on our markets by the Chinese at way below cost. There's so many things which in the short term the government has to do, but in the longer term, obviously, we've got to disentangle ourselves from the morass of regulation and legislation that we've accumulated over 40 years. That isn't going to happen overnight.
Well, what's the timescale of this? What's the timescale in your view? What should happen tomorrow and next week?
Well, I think the government should first of all give the EU notice that it's invoking Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty, which begins the process of negotiation as to our future trading relationship with the EU. We are free traders. We want to continue to have access to the single market on the same basis as we have now, and that would be hugely in the EU's interest because we have a massive trade deficit with them. So we need to resolve that uncertainty. And that's a matter of great importance, and they should move on that very quickly.
And how soon do you think that the control of immigration, once you're not subject to EU freedom of movements, should take place?
I think that could happen quite quickly too.
What does quite quickly mean?
Well, I don't know what the administrative complications are in the short term in terms of recruitment and design of an Australian-style points-based system, but that's something which I would have thought could be designed and put together in 12 months or less.
Do you think this is Farage's victory? Because you're UKIP
yes.
member. You think it's his doing?
Oh, absolutely. You know, UKIP would not be where it is today but for Nigel Farage's vision and his dynamism. And we would not have had the referendum without that. So let's be under no illusions whatsoever that, you know, this is his victory first and foremost.
I want to talk to Caroline Lucas, who's just joined us, but Andrea Leadsom, as a Conservative MP, somebody who, an energy minister, Leadsom, you were at that great debate at Wembley. Are you surprised this happened?
No, I'm not surprised. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for the UK. I really do. I'm so excited about it. I'm not at all surprised. I think in talking to people, in going about doing rallies and so on, it